pada all the pakcik-pakcik or abang-abang. Okay. Welcome. Or all those who knows pakcik-pakcik or who wants to be abang-abang also, please come and get them to join, or you yourself can come in and join and learn more about how these two gentlemen has successfully transited from what do you call pakcik-pakcik to abang-abang. Okay, so the topic, so today our topic is from pakcik to abang-abang, which is from uncles to I would say brothers or you know, our older brothers. So basically becoming younger, especially for men. And we are looking at this group in their 40s, called the fit 40s. Okay, so before I invite our special guest for today, maybe you guys can comment or can say what do you think? Hi Rizdian, welcome. What do you think is anti-aging to you? What does it mean to you when I talk about anti-aging? Maybe you can write in your comments, because basically whenever traditionally when I talk about anti-aging, people always talk about skin, people always talk about wrinkles, people always talk about eye bags or what do you call it, facial features or skin, whenever we talk about anti-aging. But today, the anti-aging that I want to talk about is gonna be touching on anti-aging that is not just external but internal. Because I believe when you are able to anti-age on the inside, of course, you also be able to see yourself anti-aging on the outside. At the same time, I feel that anti-aging on the inside is very, very important. Hi, Shan, welcome. Yeah, so anti-aging on the inside is actually more important, because nowadays many of us are actually aging faster than our actual chronological age, and this is leading to a lot of problems and chronic diseases like diabetes, high blood cholesterol, stroke, heart disease. So a lot of these chronic diseases are a result of is a result of aging or premature aging internally. Okay, so does it mean that when you are in your 40s, when you are in your 50s, you're supposed to be older, you're supposed to be fatter, you're supposed to be more tired? Is that what it's supposed to be? Because, you know, anti-aging is not about fighting what we're supposed to be, you know, but actually we are supposed to be young. We are supposed to be young, but what we are doing, what most of us are doing to our bodies, is making us grow older faster. So what we're trying to do is maintain our youthfulness as long as possible, because this is what we are looking at, health. And health is something that's very priceless and very important to not just ourselves, but also to our family members and to those who are dependent on us to be around, to be with them. Okay, so I'm still waiting for one more guest. Okay, just nice. Okay, so both of my guests are already in the waiting room. Okay, so without further ado, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave the question in your comments. And I'm gonna invite our special guest right now. Okay, hold on. Okay, first of all, let's welcome Mr. Eddie. Hi.
Hello, hi. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. So welcome to the Facebook Live this afternoon. And then let me invite one more person, our second guest. Yes, Mr. Farid.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
How are you? Hi.
Good afternoon to all the abang-abang here.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so wait, let me. I need to share. Okay, never mind, I can share
Well, you
later.
guys look like quite coordinated.
Satu sama turbo. We are
Yeah.
very thick.
I'm the only black sheep then.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think for today, a lot of our viewers are very interested to find out about this topic of not just staying young, but even going through that transformation. So I was telling them how anti-aging is not just about looking young or taking care of your skin or wrinkles, but it's actually a holistic, inside out kind of affair. So I invited both of you in because both of you are really real life examples of
Thank
men
you.
who have taken care of yourself. And I'm not just talking about maintaining, because maintaining, yeah, it's not easy, but it's also not that difficult. But you guys have gone through your own transformation. So maybe let me start with the introduction first, to introduce yourself to our viewers here. Maybe Eddie, you want to start first? Introduce yourself and a bit of your background.
Okay. Hi everybody. Okay. My name is Eddie. Okay. I was previously working as an aviation engineer for about 15 years. So 15 years of working in engineering has taken a lot of toll on me lah. You know, in terms of like my body, I abuse my body. I never take care of my body. So working stress. You know, sometimes we have those calls, midnight calls. So I pretty much gain a lot of weight along the way lah. So I think this story is quite common to most of us guys, right? So just a little bit about what I was before was I was about 85 kg. Yeah.
Serious?
In weight, yes. So how I got there is very much simple lah. You know, most of us skip breakfast, right? So most of us in the morning we rush, we don't eat our breakfast. So my breakfast is brunch, you know, combined. So it's like around 10:30. So we have a quick brunch. Then after that lunch. So lunch within that 2 hours, right?
Well, eat again.
Not yet digested, we eat again. So it's like a daily affair, you know. So it's like then I find that, you know, over the years it's accumulated. Then I didn't really notice it until some of my friends say lah, I think you look more like full lah.
Full, full
Yeah,
moon.
full. Full. It's like some say macho, like full buff, but I say I don't feel like that. I feel very out of shape lah. You know? Yeah. So from there, then some of them say that, you know, I look better, like, you know, more full. Then I said to myself, that's not right lah. You know, looking full doesn't mean that you are healthy lah. So when I got on the scale, then when I was like chit chatting with them, then I brought the scale and just measure ourselves. Then when I know that how much fat I have, then everybody was shocked. Even they themselves was shocked. So that's why I started to like, I need to do something lah. So yeah, just that's what my introduction lah. Okay, Farid, your turn.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
I can't imagine Eddie being 85 kilos, man. Because I only know him as a slim guy. Okay, my name is Farid. I'm close to 50. 3 more years, I'm 50 cents.
Wow.
Yeah, age is catching up. I'm 50s, almost in my 50s, late 40s. I have 4 kids. My background, okay, I am still an architect by training. I work in big firms, one of the top 10 firms in Singapore for the last 16 years. And I decided to take a break from corporate employment and decided to do something on my own. Recently, I set up my own sole proprietorship also in architecture. Architecture is a challenging profession, as everybody knows. Lots of stress, and because the stress comes from all sides, handling clients, handling contractors, and you're always on the job. And design is always a 24/7 job. It's not 9 to 5. So even if you come back home, you'll also be thinking of the work, and weekends also could be burnt. There were times when I go back home early in the morning, 7 a.m. And when I reach home, people start to leave for work. I'm going into the lift to go back upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and by lunchtime, I'll be out to go back to office to resume work. So that was kind of my life back when I was an architect. I enjoy the work, but I don't enjoy the lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that introduction. I think there's something in common between the both of you, and I would say most guys. I think traditionally guys are the sole breadwinner, traditionally, right? So we are there to work hard, to earn money for the family. So everything else doesn't seem to matter because, you know, we just have to do our part and do our best
Yeah.
to provide for the family, right? So
Yes.
that's what most guys go through. So then what I would say, what would be your turning point and how, because if there was no turning point, you would still be where you were before, and from full to become full moon, or to until you don't see the moon, or you don't see the sun, you know. So it's
Yeah. Don't see the sun.
definitely, yeah, you definitely won't be able to be or be like who you are guys today. So maybe you can share a bit about your turning point or your transformation.
Okay. Who wants to start first? Eddie?
Me, okay.
Mm.
Okay, my turning point will be more on health reasons. So before back then I was 85 kg, right? So I actually not eating well, not eating well as in not eating healthily. So I realized I don't eat vegetables and all this. So I have a lot of gastric problem. So when I have gastric problem, right? So I tend to get bloated when I do sports, right? After I do heavy exercise, sports like let's say I go outdoor recreation stuff, right? So I tend to get bloated and start vomiting.
Oh.
Vomiting as in like
Oh.
just a lot, gastric reflux basically.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Mm.
so it's kind of bad lah. So I cannot find a solution actually. So even though back then you are younger, but I'm not really healthy in that sense. So
Hmm.
I started off with looking back at nutrition. So I started taking better nutrition, and then I started to change my diet more how to say, more vegetables. I don't eat vegetables last time. So my score,
Hmm.
the antioxidant score
Oh.
that I had before was really bad. It's like 10,000.
Hmm.
It's really bad. So after that, when my body start changing, right? So that gastric reflux actually slowly reduced. So I was wondering, there's a connection actually. When you are having such a health issues, right? Maybe gastric reflux or some skin condition actually is back to our nutrition. That our body is lacking
Yeah.
something that we cannot
Yes.
repair, we cannot recover. So I found it the hard way lah. So that
Mm.
transition actually affects my hobby. So the main reason also is my hobby lah. I like to ride
Okay.
motorbike. Yeah, I like to ride. Go to Malaysia on the dirt bike with my friends. So and my brother. And then also, I always have this problem after I come back, right? I always have this, I usually fall sick at least one day due to the gastric and then a little bit of feverish because bloatedness and all this. So I find it like,
Oh.
it's quite alarming because it's every time I go out doing the trailing outdoors, right? It happened. So it's
Hmm.
like, I cannot enjoy my lifestyle. So it affects my lifestyle and it affects my health. So that's my turning point. So that is why I decided to change and make it better.
How old were you then? Then when you decided?
Yeah, that was around uh, late 20s, mid
Late
20s, late
20s.
Oh.
20s, 27, 28. Yeah, I was having that condition for more than 10 years. Yeah,
Hmm.
actually
Wow.
it's quite long. So I thought it's something in me. So I thought I was born with it because the rest don't
Hmm.
have it. So I thought I was born with it. I lived with it for a while. So I and then later then I found out that it's actually back to nutrition. I was so blessed to know that it helps me now.
Hmm.
So that was
Okay.
my turning point. And it's quite scary actually. Then I usually now I help to tell my friends who have the similar condition with the same, my friend about the same age, they have the similar condition. So
Hmm.
it's like I told them the same story lah. So they're starting to open up and like make some changes. Yeah.
Okay. So it's scary that at late 20s, which is supposed to be an age where you're young and you're healthy,
Start work.
and
Yeah.
yeah, you are already suffering from so many
Yeah.
things and for going on for 10 years. And so that led you to your turning point. Okay. So what about Farid? What about you?
Okay. My turning points are two ways. One is physical. The other one is mental. At the age of around 32, 35, between that period, you all heard about quarter life crisis?
No.
No.
You can share with
Quarter
us.
life crisis, people in their late 20s and early 30s, they just started work about 5 to 10 years and they already feel a sort of detachment from their work. Certain point in my time, because of my really bad schedule at work and all, I started to question about the purpose of work, beyond, of course, beyond earning income, but what is there beyond doing that work, you see? So I was asking myself, what is the purpose of doing this work? Is there benefit? Because I happen to work in a large commercial project where I see at the bottom line is always about money lah. Yep. It's an overseas project, a really prestigious overseas project. At the bottom line of it, I see it's just money, 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 and the ideals that I have about architecture is swept under the carpet for a while. So I was also comparing myself against other professions like doctors, lawyers, and all. And I see that, for example, certain doctors can go back, can work from 4:30 to 8:30, and then, 8:30 to 4:30. By the time they go back, they can chill, right? But for us, it's like 24/7. So I was looking at what kind of other stuff I can do. In fact, I was also trying to think about shoe design, because I like to draw shoes. I love to buy shoes and draw a lot of things lah. So I thought, hey, why not do a shoe business? But knowing shoe business, it's really challenging because there's inventory to talk about, there's design to talk about, a whole gamut of things to handle. So in fact, I also want to be a writer. Quit architecture, do writing. A lot of things, you know. So that was the turning point. I start to question myself what I'm doing. Secondly, perhaps if I may share some slides. Okay, this was me in my 30s as an architect. The turning point, you see the photo there of me doing marathon, that was 2007-08. Okay. I was doing marathon, not full, half marathon. But look at me, I was quite
full.
I think I'm bigger, full.
But body full.
I recall when I post this on Facebook in 2008, one of my friends said, "Alamak, you lari but you're still boncet lah." That means your pot belly there.
Ouch, man.
So you say, wayang man. Yeah, I say, yeah, you got the outfit, you got everything there, you know, but the body doesn't match the image lah. So I was quite disturbed by that as well. And the turning point, the photo that really made me question is the middle photo. That was me in my dinner and dance almost about 10 years ago. When I saw this, I was really shocked. Because, yeah, deep in my heart, I thought, wow, look damn stylo, right? But then when I saw the photo, I was super shocked. I saw the double chin and all. Oh my God. So, in fact, I was quite delusional, lah, you know. Late nights, late dinners. Sometimes I eat dinners at midnight, you know, and watch TV, take second helping, sleep right after, and lack of sleep. So over the years, I pile on the weight. So at your age, Taufik, that's how I look like. So that was the turning point, yeah, for me.
Okay, thanks for sharing. So I think the turning point I would say in common would be health, right? That would be the major turning point for you guys in order to decide to make the change. So I would say for most people that are for most guys who are going through the same thing, not many guys actually decide to make that change. So I would say maybe you guys want to share about how was it that you were able to go through that transformation, because transformation is difficult. So how did you go through that transformation? Was it difficult, easy?
Okay. How, Eddie? Me? Maybe you should point who will talk.
For me, right, the transition, making the change is not easy. I mean, before this, what I did was, most of us do the same thing. Traditionally, men are a bit more stubborn, right? So when you ask about losing weight, they will just say, I can do myself. You know, I can do it. No problem.
Oh, I'm okay. Yeah.
I'm one of them. So what I did was, first thing I do, go to the gym.
Yes.
Right? Go to the gym and work out. So that's what I did. So I will go to the gym, pump. So my body increased in bulk up a little bit, and I started to buy some protein shake and all this. But what didn't change is my lifestyle. The working lifestyle, we still have a late night sleep, and then we have snacks in between. But when I have breaks, I do weights. So actually, your body increase both ways. You increase in fat and also muscle. So it's like, it's not tone and all this. So that's what I went through. It's like a yo-yo. So after that, when you get little bit oversized, right? Then you feel good, but there's no cutting, no tone. Then I feel demoralized. And after that, I started like, you know, cutting down back again, up and down. That's one thing. Then the other thing that motivates me also, previously at work, right? Uh, there's a lot of like senior generation, the pioneer generation at my workplace who has been working there for maybe 30, 40 years. So the scary part is, you know, most of them actually at the later part, right? Maybe the late 60s and early 60s and late 50s, right? They all
Yes.
have heart condition. You know, there's like
Yes.
within a year, right? There's like 3-4 cases. Some of them collapse at work, and some of them
Wow.
there's ambulance came in at work to pick them up.
Wow,
It's quite
so
scary.
scary.
Yeah, then I was like, if I were to follow that routine, right, the same path, right, then don't do any changes to my life, and then when I reach the age 60, right, I might be like them. So that is the another part that triggers me. You know, I don't want to be in that shoe where work is important, money is important, but health is important as well. So I went through that psychologically telling me that I don't want to be like them.
So what did
My
you
own.
what did you do? What did you do that made it easier for you to transform?
Yeah, actually, spiritually, I kind of like bring myself down, um, down as in like how to say, bring your ego down. That you have to do the proper way, lah. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't follow your gut feeling,
Open
your
knowledge.
ego. You know, I can do it. I start reading up and I start embarking on real program lah. A real program that really helps to transform. Example like the TR90 transformation for 90 days. So I did that. Then I bring myself down to accept all the details, things that you know that I did not do. I mean, like in terms of food portion and all this. So that part really uh, kicks in a lot because I don't follow. Uh, I don't eat properly actually. Yeah, so that's the tough part. And these things that happen around me, like previously at work, and then like what I did before traditionally also doesn't work on me. And then slowly I beginning to see result, you know, after 2 weeks, after 1 month, right? And then the result pays because you can measure it. This is the part where I always tell my friends, you have to measure it, then you can verify that you lose weight, you lose fat.
Yeah.
Because overall you can look good, but actually there's a lot of fats. Yeah, that's how I went through last.
So basically, the main transformation I hear from you is basically losing fat and losing weight, right? That was the main initial part of the transformation, which is very, very important. And I understand also Farid went through that transformation as well in terms of weight loss and fat loss. Shall I show them your photo? Your
Wait,
transformation.
wait. Okay, I've always been blessed with my dad's skinny jeans. Not the jeans you wear, the jeans, GENES jeans. My dad was sports skinny, lean jeans,
Okay, okay.
lean jeans. Yeah. Throughout my teens and my 20s, I was quite lean
Oh, I show you.
because of my dad's jeans.
Okay, let me
Yeah,
put
you
over.
can show.
Wow, who's that guy, man?
Wow.
Yeah, who's
Totally.
that handsome dude? No lah. this was
What,
this
what
was me in my late teens and 20s. In fact, when I was in Sec 4, when we had to go through our routine checkup, the nurse scolded me, for being underweight. I was 48 kilos at 1.68 meter height.
Wow,
And
my
I was always conscious
whole life.
about my... Yeah, I was always conscious about me being so skinny because my bones will just protrude. I look like a guitar and I can play. So I was always the scrawny young kid, Sec 4 look like Sec 1. So that was me in my teens and my 20s. But as I step into my 30s, you saw the photos just now, my metabolism dropped, my lifestyle, my eating habits. I'm a foodie. I love to eat because I'm also blessed with a family who loves cooking, and the cooking is really good. So, and I love to eat food. And you know that as fathers, normally your wives or your children will not finish their food and say, "Hey, Papa, please finish my food for me." Remember? I think a lot of
Don't
dads out there. Sorry,
Don't waste food.
I think a lot of dads. Yeah, don't waste food. So I say, the food that you don't waste goes to your waste. See? So a lot of fathers,
Fathers
a
must
lot of
sacrifice.
fathers out there, yeah, it become like the family garbage dump lah. Not the food not finished, then we end up eating them. So this is what happened to me. But I've always been into health and fitness, as you can see from the marathons and all this. It's just that on one hand, I've been exercising, reading up health and fitness magazines, and yet the reality is I've been piling up a lot of weight. So right after a few months after that photo there, the middle photo, I was fortunate to meet Rosanna and Rosani, two of my wife's friends, came over my house. I wasn't really aware what they are trying to share because they are, they want to meet my wife, but happened to just resign from my previous job. Okay, let them in, come a guest. Then at the end of the whole presentation, they talk about this 90-day weight loss program. It piqued my interest. And I was quite, suddenly I was like, ping, like a light bulb out there. So, hey, there's something that I could, explore. So, and when they shared me the plan, the eating plan, the whole program, I thought it was quite sensible because I've been aware of health and fitness, So when I look at it, I was quite impressed, and therefore I took it up without much hesitation, actually.
So let's
In fact,
see
my wife was
transformation.
Yeah, right. Fat. Sorry, I don't mean to fat shame anybody here. This is more me. I'm not trying to fat shame anybody. Sorry?
Fat shame yourself is okay.
That was, actually that was how I look like at 37 years old. But I was shocked when I saw my body age was 47. And I'm now 47. So you can see the difference. Yeah, so I was heaviest at about 79 to 80. I've never reached this weight before, so I was quite alarmed. And so these two factors, the fat percentage and the body age, I was quite alarmed. So I immediately signed up to take up it was called the TRA program. And for me, the transformation process is quite easy because I really, really, really want to lose weight. Because all these years I've been wearing size 32, 33, 34, 34-inch pants. And really, really conscious, And, at the time, skinny jeans was in, couldn't wear. End up wearing always these baggy pants. Imagine when you're 32, 33, you wear pants with the pleats. You look like Pakcik, right, like uncle.
Yeah.
So, and I work in a design firm. So imagine I look like uncle when I work in a design firm. So, see la vanity. So, the transformation process was easy because I really want to lose weight and I really want to look better and feel better. So, during this whole program, I religiously look after my diet and my exercise. And so after 3 months, I dropped to 71 kilos. Out of the 8 kilos, 6 kilos is fat, as you can see. So I've been, up and down, but I would think that I maintained and I didn't go back. I didn't revert to my earlier state 10 years back. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's really amazing. Your transformation is not just about losing weight or looking slimmer, but you definitely can see overall transformation in terms of looking younger. There's even body fat. So you also can see your lean muscle becoming more obvious and more lean.
Yes.
That's amazing. So I think the next question will be, you all went through that transition, and I would say it's already been 10 years now. So how do you, let me stop sharing this one. How do you sustain? Because there are also many guys who go through that period where they exercise, they diet, they change, they transform, and then after that they just fall back and then go back to normal lives and then get back to feeling sick or gaining weight. Because one part is transformation or change. The most important part will be sustaining and maintaining it even after all the effort. So maybe you can share about sustaining. Anyone of you can share?
Maybe I start first. Okay. The whole thing is, if you want to make it easy, actually it's not just physical change. The most important thing is mental change. Your mindset has to change. Because if the mindset doesn't change, then you'll go back to your original state. Because if the mindset says that I want to stay fit, or I want to stay healthy throughout my whole life or remainder of my life, then it definitely means that you will be triggered to maintain and sustain your current state. You do not want to revert to your old ways. So, and this whole thing is also about walking the talk. So if you are doing it for yourself, you also want to benefit others. You got to walk the talk, and therefore set an example for others as well. So that to me is the impetus for me to sustain. Yeah, Eddie.
Thank you.
For me, sustaining what Farid mentioned is quite true. There's two aspects of it. Maintaining, first, you have to set your own goals. The goals can be both spiritual and also physical. Okay, so in terms of like physical, right? You actually can ask yourself, those things that you cannot do last time, that you can do last time, right? Why you cannot do now? So that can give you the driving force or motivation. Example, maybe IPPT, last time you can run fast, right? So now as you grow older, right, why can't I run as fast? So that is like a triggering mark, a target that you can tell yourself, hey, I want to get back to shape. Can I do like maybe 12 minutes or 11 minutes like you were young before? So it's not impossible, but it's a it's a step-by-step transition. So that can be one motivation, and the other one also children. Let's say by now, even in the 40s, most of us have kids. The kids are growing up, so you cannot. If you can just imagine, you cannot run with your kids. If you are overweight, right, then your kids run away. Like, oh, I cannot run over after my kids. So it's quite alarming, lah. So then the other part also, you cannot carry your kids. Maybe they are too heavy. Maybe you're not healthy enough to carry and walk with them. So now when that can be a good motivation, because when you have kids, right, you tend to walk a lot. You tend to bring them to parks, bring them outdoors. So you need to walk, like last time I bring my kids to Botanic Garden. So you need to walk actually like 5 clicks roundabout here and there. So that can be a motivation. Your goal is to be healthier for your kids and for yourself, and then so that you can do more sports. And then on the spiritual side, for me is actually how do you say, for the Muslim, right? You need to have a goal, like maybe when you will go to pilgrim, right? Go to Haji or Umrah, right? You need to walk. You need to be fit. So if you can tell yourself, maybe I set myself 1 year or 2 years to get back in shape so that I can do more, religious stuff, give back, spiritually. That will be a good motivation. That is the two main thing that can kickstart the transformation and sustenance. So the sustain part is actually where you go back. For me, right, I'm very conscious, when you buy stuff, right, I tend to look at the content, the ingredients, how much calories. That's how picky I am nowadays. Even the milk, right, there's a lot of milk out there. So I just tend to look at those that has less fat milk. And then like, in terms of meat, in terms of other product, I always tend to look at the ingredients. So it becomes a habit that I know how much I'm eating. And then also in terms of maintenance, right, you have to tell yourself you cannot stop, cannot stop, you cannot starve yourself. Sometimes sustenance, people always think of, oh, I need to eat less. That's quite common, I think, misunderstanding. You cannot eat less. Actually, you have to eat in proportion, 3 meals a day, and you can snack in between. That's something that most of us, like, who want to lose weight and sustain, right, they thought, okay lah, I want to sustain, I eat 2 meals a day, I eat less. So that's very important. So that's my take. I hope, people out there who's trying to sustain, actually by starving yourself doesn't help to lose weight. Just eat as normal, in proportion, enough veggies and proteins. If you're working out, just focus a little bit more protein, at least 20 or 30 grams of protein per meal. Yeah, that would be helpful in bodybuilding. Okay, that's my take.
Okay, thank you. So I think the take home from both of you for sustaining is really having the right.
Actually,
sorry.
I also agree with Eddie that family is the main thing as well. But family is the main thing. I also have teenage sons. One is a footballer, the other one is a scout. So I do need to keep up to their level of energy and fitness as well. And it's not just that. I also see that, as parents, as fathers especially, we also need to inculcate a healthy lifestyle among our family. But not just our immediate family. I'm looking at the bigger family. and also the community. So to me, it becomes like a mission to spread this idea, because I have benefited from the 90-day program. So I thought, why not benefit others as well, you know, not just me. And I know among our community, there are lots and lots of problems. That's why we are building more hospitals right now to accommodate more people who are getting sicker. And you can see the trend is that our population, or rather the proportion of our community, is on the higher side, even though we are only like 15% of the population, and yet we tend to have a lot more people in the let's say the cardio wards or the renal ward, you know. So to me, it's more like a mission. You can see the photo on the right, bottom right. That's my son when he was in primary school. He's always been chubby, and in fact, he lost a bit of self-esteem due to his chubbiness, because his brother is lean and fit and you know, runs very fast. But after having seen my transformation, he also changed his habits and he became leaner now. And I also try to spread the message among officers. Try to, you know, go to offices like architects' offices to share the health habits and health concepts and lifestyle during their lunch breaks, and also conduct talks, you know, to spread this message. So it involves a lot of walking the talk. So if I would be educating others, I need to be always on top of things. So that helps in the maintenance part as well.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. So having the right mindset is important to be maintaining it and sustaining all the effort. And of course, by being having a mission bigger than yourself, your family, something that includes the community, even more people, that continues to motivate you to be the role model, not just for your family, but also for people around you, right? So it's the added pressure, or there's also the added motivation to stay as healthy as possible. I think another question that most people will ask, because when you talk about anti-aging or staying young, or you know, for men want to stay healthy, many men are looking at supplements or taking supplements, or start thinking of taking supplements. So maybe you want to ask, you guys take supplements, or what supplements do you take in order to maintain, and why is supplements important to you guys? Anyone?
Eddie? Okay. Oh, Farid, okay. I've always been raised, I come from a family that I've been raised taking supplements since young, because my mom believed in taking supplements, even though she's, maybe you can want to switch off that one first. My mom has always been advocating healthy eating habits since young. We eat a lot of fruits and vegetables at home, drink plain water since young. But she also understands the need for taking supplements, because not all of the minerals, vitamins come from natural cooking and foods that we take, right? And she also said that we can't really take a lot from the food that we have due to cooking and all, so on and so forth. So I've been taking supplements from young. So to me, supplements is just another way to make our health more optimal. We are no longer just at the operational level, but just to make it better, that's all. So that's why I believe in supplements. So after the program, I've been taking Life Pack, which is a combo of minerals, antioxidants, and vitamins. And I also add more to that. I take Wispan, which is an anti-aging supplement that tackles the anti-aging defense mechanisms. If it sounds so sciencey, maybe later Taufik can clarify. And I also been taking R-Squared to improve my physical performance in my exercises. So these are the things on the left are my daily, all those supplements you see, those are my daily stuff that I take. And to maintain my skincare, I'm not really a skincare guy initially, but now I convert and I use skincare quite religiously. There's the Lumi Spa for daily use and Galvanic Spa for weekly use. And recently, I've also used the hair care system Neutral for my hair, because you know when you are in your 40s, hair is really precious. So you really want to keep your hair on. So maybe Taufik may not understand this yet because it's not 40. But when you're above 45, this is really something that you need to look at lah. So yeah. So, but I'm not just talking about hair for the sake of vanity. It's overall health from head to toe lah, inside and outside. So this is what I take to maintain it. And actually, at the end of it, anti-aging is not about trying to be vain or trying to be defy laws of natural laws of or life cycle or whatever. It's just trying to make sure that your body age is equivalent to your chronological age. So if I'm 45, my body age better be 45 and not be 50 or 60. So these are the things that we take. Sorry?
45 or younger.
Yeah, if you're 45, then your body should be 45 or younger. That is what anti-aging is. And my moral model is always Mahathir and Lee Kuan Yew, like 90 but still looking like 75. And most importantly, the brain is also, you know. Oh yeah, maybe after Eddie talk, then I can say some more about anti-aging. You know, it's just me.
You want to add on? We're talking about the question on supplements.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Farid lah. In terms of like weight, right? I mean, you have to be in line with your chronological weight lah. Okay, I also agree to the point where our body age depends on the weight actually. Meaning, right? Let's say if you are young and you are overweight, right? So actually your weight, I mean your biological age and chronological age will be there's a big difference. So it's important to keep the weight down so that you can live as young as possible at your biological age. So that's quite important. For myself regarding supplements, right, I actually grew up in a family that don't take supplement. Zero. So I have no knowledge about supplements. And my mom don't take anything, my dad don't take anything. So I actually a non-believer actually. I don't believe in supplements. So I tend to, previously I tried myself taking a lot of like fruits because I don't eat veggie last time. So I tend to take a lot of fruits lah. So it does help in some point, but it's not complete actually. So the fruit helps on the digestion, you know, you can go toilet. So I have a smooth transition. Yeah, so, but in terms of other minerals, nutrients that from veggies, I don't have that. So I'm a disbeliever lah. So when I was like introduced to this machine called the biophotonic scanner, right? So then I tried to measure it. It measures the antioxidant. So I was like quite intrigued lah. What does this machine do? You know, what is it for? Yeah. So when Rosanna, my wife, actually shared with me, then I tried to measure, right? Then my score was very low. Then I was like, how can it be? I eat a lot of fruits. Yeah, fruits, not vegetables.
What's your score, Eddie?
Like 10,000 and below on the red zone. So I was like quite shocked lah.
Seriously?
Yes, correct. So I was like, what did I do wrong? I mean, I'm healthy. I'm not sick. I'm still, you know, walking around, working, have a family, but actually in terms of overall health, I'm not well actually. That's the part where I have the gastric issue, my digestion issue, gastric and all this. Yeah. So from that point, I'm trying to change my mindset lah. So I started the first thing that I started was the Life Pack. A Life Pack is basically multivitamins over 40, right? Right. So I tried that. So as my score increased, right, my health gets better. Then the gastric reflux gets reduced. So that's the part where slowly it's like, how can it be? This product that I take just for 1 month, right? It can increase and the gastric reflux reduce, like maybe instead of like 3-4 times a week, it becomes like twice a week. So it reduced by half. So I'm slowly changing my mindset and I continue religiously until now I don't have any gastric reflux. So other than that, I started to eat Marine Omega because Marine Omega to me is very important for everybody who doing like sports, like weightlifting, because there's a lot of inflammation in the body. Your body is changing, you're increasing your heart rate, your muscle also there's a wear and tear. So this Marine Omega is very important, you know, for not for the sick, actually for the healthy people, especially those in sports. So these two things are my basic supplement that I take religiously. So on top of that, Farid mentioned about the more atas, the more advanced, which is like the R square, and I saw the Y span. Okay, those are the Y span. Right? Okay, I tried the R square. The R square actually benefit me a lot when I do sports, running. In terms of like running time, it improves my timing because it helps on my lungs. And also I realize when I go riding in Malaysia, right, we ride the whole day. So at the end of the day, right, maybe at like maybe 3-4 p.m., most of them are drained out. I mean they are shacked, they lost a lot of energy. I mean they use up all the energy, they sweat, everything. So when I reached at that 4 o'clock, right, then I was like telling them, hey, we can continue another round. Then they were laughing. Hey, you tak tahu penat I mean, basically it's like, hey, you don't get tired lah. I said, yeah, I'm tired, but not that tired as in I need to like sit down. I can just continue slowly. So they tend to ask me lah, hey, how old are you?
Yeah.
Then I said, I'm not.
You never say your
how
age.
old are you? Yeah. Then
It's 35, right?
So I told them lah, I'm about your age lah, because those people are around my age. Then how come you macam nafas kuda? Nafas kuda like your what you call that lah? Like
Horse breath.
horse breath lah, like
Horse stamina.
Horse stamina lah. So that's where
It has other connotations as well.
yeah. So correct. So that's the part where I really feel that in order for you to have an extra age, you have to take an extra level or extra supplementation that have to top up on your basic. That is the you must understand that part lah. So when you are in that mode of like a lot of like physical activity, right, you have to equip yourself with a little more advanced nutrition. So this Y span and R square actually certified for sports, right, in the US. Yeah. So that's also a plus point for me lah. Yeah. So that's
Eddie, just now you mentioned about horse stamina. Maybe I like to expand on that a bit. Expand a bit Ni barang baik punya. So you know when men hit their 40s and ladies when they hit their 40s, you know what happened, right? So Taufik is a doctor in andro medicine, right? Men's medicine, and he's seen a lot of men having ED and all other sexual dysfunctional issues. So as men hit their 40s, usually the libido drop, and then there'll be some people, I would say not much night activity lah. So the R square does really help in improving that. So the husband and wife gets closer. I wouldn't want to say more in detail. This is Ramadan.
Revitalize.
So, sorry?
Revitalize.
Revitalize and energize and rejuvenate relationships, I would say. Yeah, so this is quite important because most of the time we joke about it. We joke about all these intimate relationships, but I think if we can improve this aspect, which is sexual health, I think it's important for men to actually function like when they were in their 20s and 30s and beyond. So imagine at 70 you can perform like a 40-year-old or 30-year-old. Best kan?
Wow.
Like that lah.
Best.
Yeah, got a special
photo.
I
was quite really work.
This one is old photo of Mr. Eddie, and he was in early 20s.
Not much difference,
Actually, I feel you look even better now. Then that time never eat vegetable, right?
No vegetable. I think that was like 20s, in my 20s.
Yeah, so this is not just anti-aging, it's really transforming, total transformation. Early 20s and now you are in your 40 plus, you don't know what age, secret. So, so I got one question to somebody asked. Yeah. So I think a lot of us mentioned about supplements, lifestyle change, and basically you need to have a transformation in terms of holistically spiritual, mindset, physical. And one question that Iqbal asking is how do we encourage more men to exercise? Because we usually see many women joining workouts, not men. Why do you think we see this trend? I think let me just answer a little bit before you guys chip in. Let me stop this. So basically, I think generally women tend to be more open to working out or spending time together as a group. right? I'm sure you guys agree.
Yeah.
Men tend to
Yes.
be like, okay, I just work out on my own, unless it's something like a hobby, like what Eddie does with his friends, which is motorbike riding, which is something more manly. Whereas exercise, sometimes working out together doesn't seem to be manly as a motorbike riding, for example. So I want to show this slide. This is quite good. I'm sure you guys will agree. One of the things that we can do to encourage men to exercise is actually to have a community of like-minded guys lah.
Yes.
So we actually have
Yeah.
this team called Hunk.
Yes. Hunk.
Yeah.
Not that we are hunks.
Acronym of heroes,
Heroes
Unleashed,
Unleashed.
No
New
Khalifa,
Khalifa.
our group of like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
So the whole idea is, we may not be hunks, or we are hunks in our own way, but the idea is to encourage more men to stay in a community where we encourage everyone to be active and also promote healthy lifestyle and healthy living and anti-aging, because men definitely need that, and we want to be able to be in a group where we are encouraging one another to do that. And recently we are in the middle of Body Burn 30, which is a
Yes.
concept group specifically
Yes.
for guys, where we
Yeah.
do daily workout, we do daily
Mm.
updates and sharing of nutrition and even health tips. And I think so far, many of the guys already what do you call it? Really feeling the benefits of Body Burn 30.
Yes.
Some are feeling lighter, more energetic, and I think personally, I feel without this Body Burn 30, I may feel too lazy to just work out, especially when we're all stuck at home. So when there's
Yeah.
motivation, you are like, oh no, I have to do this by today because everyone is doing it or people are already doing it. So I would say having a community really helps. Having a group
Yeah.
of like-minded individuals.
Yes.
So I think to end it off, because we're almost reaching 1 hour already. We wanted to talk only for half an hour, but I think everyone's quite excited to share.
No, the topic is too interesting to just talk for half an hour.
Maybe we can expand a bit more during our next session. But maybe to just end it for today, any advice on for guys generally about anti-aging or health or whatever last end of words for you guys?
Eddie?
Okay. My takeaway advice is like find your inner passion. For guys, actually, in order to kick off all this transformation, you need your inner passion. Then your passion in what you like to do. So once you have that passion that you want to do, then that's where it start to have a spark inside you that you want to make a change. And then other than that is just now Taufik already mentioned, right? Guys actually quite shy. They are very shy to do workout in public. You know, sometimes they're also very shy to go to the gym. Actually, they rather do at home on their own. So that's if that's a personal preference, it's okay. But find a passion. Find a passion. Why you want to do it? You know, and then just find your why, and also you can do better if you're in a team. So just now there's a group called Hang, right, that we are inside, right? So you can join us, and we can keep your name discreet or something lah. Then we can advise, share some workout tips. And right now the body burn that we are doing now also it's quite helpful. Some of them might have already seen results. So keep yourself positive lah. Okay, don't keep it to yourself. You can work better in a team.
Okay, Farid.
Okay, at the end of the day, I think it's discovering your why. What's the big why for you to anti-age? Is it for health? Is it for family? Is it for self? Is it for community? Because ultimately it's not just about yourself. It's for the whole big community. That's my thought about it. And anti-aging, also we got to change the concept of anti-aging. It's not just about looking good, feeling good, or whatever. It's also very holistic, physical, spiritual, and always the need to be always on top of things. And it comes with improving mentally as well. So anti-aging also involves a lot of reading, a lot of learning, learn new stuff. If you do not know how to code, for example, you do not know how to do 3D sketching, or you do not know how to ride a bike, go and learn. So this is what anti-aging is all about. Always continuously learn new things. And that to me is, you got to relook at what anti-aging is. It's not just about just not just about looks actually. It's about the whole holistic thing. And find your inner why, then you can, because without having your inner why, you won't find reason why you do certain things. So get that right first.
Yes.
And then I like what Eddie shared, pursue your passion. So regarding the exercise bit, I think guys, it's not that guys don't like to exercise. You look at those people playing football, like my kakis all play football. So it's maybe what kind of exercise they like to do. So maybe find, if you do not like to do Zumba or do not like to do weights, then go and exercise with your kakis, go and play futsal or whatever. So but at the end of the day, it's still finding your why you want to engage, and after that, also pursue your passion.
Okay, thank you to both of you for sharing your experience and your journey with us today.
Thank you, Taufik, for hosting this.
I just want to end off with I would say 2 points from what we gathered today. First of all, from what I hear is anti-aging starts right now. Especially the younger you start, the better. Am I right?
Actually, started yesterday.
Yes, exactly. So first of all, for anyone who's listening, not just for men, both men and women, anti-aging starts right now, or even yesterday.
So
the faster you start, the better. And second of all, doesn't mean that if you're not young anymore, you can't do this. There's always hope. There's always a way for you to transform, and then you can sustain once you hit that healthy level or that status where you're very comfortable to be in. Okay, so everyone, there's hope for all of us yet, and all we do is just take action today and just do it.
Selamat Raya. Advance,
Yeah. 5 days. 5 days,
guys. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Thank you, everyone. So see you guys today. Bye.
Bye. Bye.